Hey, so it is Tuesday night around 8 p.m. I just got done helping Roslyn with her homework. I got a little tiny painting I'm gonna work on here, and I'm working on this really tiny painting so that I know what to do when I get this bigger painting up here, which, well, those are the stretcher bars. So it's going to be 8 feet by 6 feet, this painting, when it's finished. And that's pretty large. So I kind of want to have an idea of what I'm doing when I get there. And in order to do that, I'm going to do this little preliminary painting. And I've started off with a burnt sienna underpainting. And I've kind of gridded my figures off. This isn't going to be a complete finished painting. This is just going to give me an idea of how to start. Gives me an idea of how I want to kind of work through things here. You can see here's the rough draft. Now this painting is going to be called Atonement, and it has an Osage figure that's based on a chief painted and drawn by George Catlin back in the 1800s. And the Burr Oak tree, and then we're going to shift to an overhead perspective and see the Missouri River coming through the sky. Now, just last week, the Burr Oak tree was struck by lightning. The Burr Oak tree is the largest Burr Oak tree in the nation. It's actually tied for one in Kentucky, and it's been around since the 1600s, so it means a lot to this community, and the fact that it was on fire from the inside. The fire department came out there and stuck hoses on the inside, and hopefully it could survive. I mean, because most of that wood in the middle is, well, it's important, but it's the outer layers that really matter. It's where it keeps growing. So I don't know. It's been in harsh shape for a while. So this will be a nice tribute to it. It is also the star of another piece that I'm working on. So the fact that it was hit by lightning last week is a little, well, I'm just gonna leave it at that. For the palette, I'm gonna do like a traditional palette here. So what I've got is, on top here I have white to black, and then I've got white to yellow ochre to raw umber. And then I have white to burnt sienna to burnt umber. And the idea is to mix this palette so that we have established here are our cool colors, and then we've got some warm colors, and we're working through our neutrals. But if we're mixing in parallel lines here. Like vertical lines, so that I can mix this with this and this because it's the same value. So all of these have the same value, they're just different colors. Now this is not how I usually work. A lot of times I'm a little bit more chaotic with my paints and bolder with my colors, but this is a big piece, and I do want to treat it in a traditional manner. So, we'll see what happens. Okay.